One of the great things with Viz Story is that you can publish in different aspect ratios with both your video and graphics. So let's take a look at how that is actually set up and what you need to think of as a designer when you're preparing graphics for Viz Story. In this area of Viz Story, you see there is a drop down here with different output targets. And in this case, we have configured 3 different. In this case, an FTP output, but it could be a Facebook or any other kind of output. We have a landscape, we have a square, and we have a portrait. And these are referring to the aspect ratio of the video that we are handling. So let's change it over to landscape for the moment. And I go to my templates. You see up here in the templates, you also have different types of concepts, we call it. This does not necessarily have to be the same as these, but at least in this case we see that there's a landscape, square, and portrait, and there are also landscape, square, and portrait concepts here. So first I go and take in a video. Go and take in this one. So you can drag in your video and you can edit them and so on. But when you want to add a graphics, you go over to the templates. And when you drag in a template, if you're dragging it from the square or the portrait or from the landscape, it will always force it over to the correct aspect ratio. So you see, I came in here with the landscape small thing that I put in my name. So like this. And I can put in Bergen. Like this. And you see, you can preview the correct spelling. This is not a fully functional animation. It's a still preview. When you render it out, it will come with in and out animations and so on. So here we stay in the landscape mode. If I press it over to square, you see it comes up with a different layout of the graphics. Now it says Viz Story on the top, and there's the more of the basic information downstairs. So this is referring to a different scene in Viz Artist. So the landscape was one scene, and the square was another scene, and here there's a third one as well, a portrait mode, which is a third scene. So what you see up here in these 3 concepts, you see 6 different scenes, and they are arranged in a landscape, in square templates for the same information, and in portrait mode for the same information. And we are going to look at how to actually set this up with scenes that you make in Viz Artist and the workflow to get it into Viz Story in the end.